Hello everyone. This is a different YouTube video that I am making. I thought it would be funny if I talked into a microphone for like 10 minutes or something. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. But yes, this is a video that we're gonna do, and we're gonna make this video. It's gonna be made. It's gonna be the greatest video ever. Okay, real shit. I've never made a video where I just talk into a microphone. Hell, I even have like commentary footage that I never got to post because I was just too lazy to post it. But we're just gonna make a quick one. I'm not gonna have any editing in this, probably, hopefully, maybe. And you know what? We're just gonna talk about the trolley problem because you know what? It is a concept. It is a thing that I can talk about. So I'm going to talk about it. And if I'm gonna be as quiet as I can, because it's like 10:30, which isn't too late, but it's a school night. My mom's gonna yell at me if she hears me, which is pretty reasonable. So I'm gonna be as quiet as I can be. Yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with the volume. I kind of don't care. Yeah, the trolley problem. So this is a trolley problem. If you haven't heard of it, is your conductor of a trolley, right? Everything's going perfectly as normal as you perfectly normal can be, right? But one big problem. As you're driving the trolley, there's 5 people on the track, and the brakes just decide they don't want to work today. So you're barreling uncontrollably towards 5 people and they will all die. But you have one thing, there's only one thing you can do, is divert the track into a separate track that just so happened to be there because, planning is hard. But on that other track, there's still one person that's there, and that person will die if you divert it. Now the question is, do you divert it or not? We learned this in philosophy class, and I thought it was just interesting. And also, I just wanted something to talk about, so I thought it would be funny if I talked about the trolley problem. Also, just a little bit known. So, the most common answer is switch it to the one person, right? Because killing one person, that's less than killing 5 people. That's pretty good. I think, if you take one person and then they die, but you still have the 5 people. 5 people is greater than the one person, so it's like a difference of 4. It's pretty good. But couple complications with that. So I'm on that side. I would switch it to the other track, right? I would do it, right? One person is less than 5, so yeah, I would do that. But I like to play devil's advocate here, right? I got 2 things. I like to think a lot, right? I got 2 things for the other side, right? There's 2 problems with the diverting the track. First of all, if you're we can be here and we can be like, you know what? I would divert that track. You know what? I definitely would. But like we can say that now while we're, wherever the hell we are in this world. But if you actually were on a trolley, you know, moving it around, would you, it's going to be the emotions involved. They're going to be like spiking, it's going to be different, obviously. So would you divert it in that situation? You can't really predict how you would act, or at least perfectly 100% predict how you would act or decide in that scenario. You're probably gonna be like I think personal. If you genuinely think that you're just gonna divert it without any complications, there's gotta be at least one of these people that think that if they were actually there, they'd be screaming, get away! Get out the track! Honking your horn, get out! Screaming. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, right? That wastes time. What if you miss it or something? I don't know. You know what I mean? But what if you can't predict exactly what's going to happen, how you're going to react to stuff like that? You know what I mean? It's just like all that information is coming to you like at that exact moment. You have to react. You know what I mean? This is not a this is not a take your time. No, you can't. You don't have any time in this. You have to make a decision. You make it now, right? There's nothing else you can do. You make a decision. You make it now. So yeah, there's that problem. And then there's the other problem where it's like, sure, you're going to, people are going to die no matter what, but it's like, with the one person, you have to grab the wheel and turn it. You have to look at that one person in the eyes or in that direction, whatever. You have to grab the wheel, look at that person and turn it straight to that person, right? It's like, that's a more, you know what I mean? Like with the 5 people, like there's nothing I can do about the 5 people, right? I can be on the I could jump out of the trolley, right? I can do literally anything. It doesn't matter what I do. Those 5 people are going to die, right? It does not matter what I do. Those 5 people are going to die, right? So it's like it's a less guilty feeling, you know what I mean? But with the one person, you have to make that. You have to grab it. You have to look at them. You have to turn it, right? So that's that problem. So with the one person, you actually have to influence the trajectory of the trolley, right? With the 5 people, you didn't have to do that. It was just, there's nothing you could have done with the 5 people. The one person, you actually have to do that. And obviously, there's a bunch of like complications about the problem itself. Like, you're telling me that 5 people are just casually standing on train tracks and there's a trolley coming and not a single one of them hears or no, like, are you sure all 5 of them are looking in the exact same direction? Not one person looking this way, one person looking this way, and this person actually sees and is like, you know what? There's a trolley over there. We should probably not be here. You know what I mean? Not one person out of the 5 is going to think that. Not one. Are you kidding me? And do not tell me that all 5 of those people are like blind and deaf or something. Because if they were, why are they there? Or do they work? Okay, first of all, are they workers? Why are they there in the first place? The problem, though, actually, I forgot to mention, the 5, they're workers, and the one is also a worker too. They're supposed to be there. But if they were workers and they were also blind and deaf, like, why are they? Why would a blind and deaf person be working on train tracks? That's the most dumbest thing ever. How would they be able to see the train track? But yeah, you get my point. It's like, it's a dangerous position to be in, especially, when you can't hear the big bad thing coming towards your way. And also just like, why there's so many people on the train tracks. Like, this is a setup. Obviously, those 5 people knew I was going to switch it to the one person. They psychologically manipulated that one person to stand on the train tracks because, oh, it's safe, right? The trolley isn't gonna go there, so you can stand there. And they like psychologically manipulated them to stay on there. And the 5 people, they're in on it. They're all in on that, right? Because they know that statistically, I'm going to switch it to the one per. This is obviously. I don't know how anyone didn't think of this, right? How? We are 8 minutes in. This is crazy. Well, yeah, that's enough of that. And there was not enough of that. There's 2 other ones, like other examples of trolley problems that they threw into just trying to like change the playing field, right? And the second one, basically same thing, trolley, 5 people, right? But this time you're not the conductor of the trolley, right? Although there's still, you see the trolley heading towards 5 people, but you are on a bridge that's above the trolley, and there's a fat person. The end. Just kidding. There's a fat person leaning on the edge of the bridge, and if you push that fat person out on the train tracks, the trolley will hit them and stop, and it won't kill the 5 people. First of all, how the hell are you ever going to know that pushing a person on the direction of a train is going to just suddenly stop that trolley fast enough to save any people that's ahead of it? How, this is YouTube, right? I want to swear so bad. How would you ever know that would have ever happened? You couldn't possibly know that, right? Second of all, what behemoth of a human being does a human being have to be to just stop a trolley at full speed? You're telling me that this random guy just walking on a bridge above a trolley, he can stop the entire trolley? I find that hard to believe. That's just not happening. And third of all, if he was that big to actually stop the trolley, how the hell am I gonna push him? Who am I? What am I pushing? The Statue of Liberty? I'm that. That is not a thing that can be pushed. I don't know why I said that. That is not a person that can be pushed. Like, you can't do anything to that person. You could have like a nuke. That person is not moving. If he can stop, well, actually no, everything would be moving if you had a nuke. Shoot, no, that doesn't work. You can have super strength. Wait, no, then that would still work free. You could have like a portal gunner. No, that would work perfectly actually. I'm saying like even if you were really strong, if that person's big enough to stop a trolley from moving, you're not, even with like double your strength, you're not moving that person at all in the slightest. So if that person is still living and breathing, the second you put even a finger on that person, and then you try to push them, they're probably just gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" I just realized I just swore. Great things. They're probably gonna turn around. They're probably gonna push you off, and now you're done. And now there's 6 people on the train tracks, and you all die. The end. I'm playing. Also, yeah, fourth thing, by the way, if there's like any one person that's watching that and they see you push that person off in front of the trolley, do you really think they're gonna be like thinking, well, obviously he's pushing the one person off the bridge so that when the trolley hits that one person, the full impact from between the two objects is going to be enough to stop the velocity of the trolley so that it won't kill the 5 people up ahead. He's really smart. No, they're going to think that you murdered someone. They're going to point at you and they're going to scream murderer at the top of their lungs. Why? Because you just murdered someone. You murdered someone. That's not even like they think that. No, you murdered someone. Congratulations. Yeah, I didn't even get to the actual point of it. First of all, almost everyone chose to not push it, which is fair, because doing this and staring at a person while you're directing the trolley to them is, I guess, much less, I guess, violent as pushing someone off a bridge, which kind of makes sense. That does make sense. I think I had like a 5th concern about that, but I can't remember it. I'm just gonna ignore it. And now they had a 3rd trolley problem. Yeah, they had a 3rd trolley problem. It wasn't even a trolley this time. No trolleys, actually. But this one, you're a doctor, actually a surgeon, actually. And 5 people come in, and each one of them has a different organ that's like completely destroyed, like just doesn't exist. I mean, it exists, but it just like doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like when your heart doesn't work, you like would probably die. There's 5 people all have different organs that don't work, and they're all different from each other, right? And the thing is, right? 6th guy comes in completely healthy, by the way, just in for a checkup or something, right? And somehow has all 5 of his organs, because he has 5 of them, all 5 of them perfectly match the other 5 people that have bad organs and are going to die because of their bad organs, right? And basically, it's do you kill the one person to give their organs to the other 5 people so that the other 5 people live, and then that one guy dies. It was the same thing. None of them did it, which kind of makes sense. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about like what I thought. I forgot about that. It's kind of an opinion-based video. It'd be probably best if I gave my opinion. Probably. I just kind of gave criticism. Yeah, so, okay, for the fat person, yeah, I would not push that. Because it's like, and this applies to the organs one as well, but it's like, it's not fair that one person who's doing nothing wrong, no mistakes, just living out his life, probably listening to like, I don't know, Justin Bieber or something. I don't know why I push it. I listen to Justin. No, I'm like, what am I fucking doing? This is a horrible YouTube video. This is a horrible YouTube. I don't know. I remember when I was younger, I'd be like listening to music just to listen to music. I don't care who the hell made it. So if I ever say an artist that I like, it's specifically because I just notes go into my what am I talking about? I'm talking about trolley problems. Wait, let me get back to what I was saying. I was saying, oh yeah, my opinion on the organs one. It's not fair for one person to just not make any mistakes, just living out their life, doing whatever the hell they want, not hurting anybody, not hurting anybody, to die for five people who were either made a mistake or is in the wrong or just stuff like that, right? This person, the organ one, this person just came in just for a checkup, nothing harmful, right? Why does he deserve to die for the five people that have bad organs? Now, I know it's not fair for the five people who have bad organs to die, but it's like, you know. Oh, yeah, and also the organ ones is assuming that there's no organ donors, because then that would make it a lot easier, which is pretty typical for philosophy debates. Not gonna lie. I'm just kidding. What do I talk about now? I think that's it. I think that's it. That's a good YouTube video. Oh yeah, by the way, I have a microphone here. And you know something? I find it funny to just be like waving it around, you know what I mean? Talking real close to it, you know what I mean? It's not even connected. Cause like I was originally gonna record this on this thing right here. You can't see it, but it's right there. You heard the sound, right? I was really gonna record on that, but it kind of broke. I'm sad about it, but I mean, it's like if I could wave a magic spell to fix everything, I'd probably make things better in like Vietnam or something. I probably wouldn't use it on my PC. I think that would be a little bit selfish. Anyways, yeah, what was going to originally record on this? Basically, is all I wanted to say. If this is broken forever, that would be a sad moment. I'd be really bummed out about that. I'm gonna hope it's because it's just really dusty. Like it turns on. It's not saying it just doesn't. I'm just gonna hope it's really just really dusty, or it's just like it needs like a really big break, just like a 1 day break. It just doesn't just decided, you know what, we're just not gonna work today, but then the next day it's going to work. It's gonna work perfectly. I already know. I have a humongous brain right here. But yeah. Oh yeah, I made a Clash Royale short today. That was fun. Yeah, this isn't even my microphone, by the way. This is my brother's microphone, but he kind of just left it here, so like, stonks. I kind of like it. I have like a bunch of videos. Oh my god, I should say it again. I have like a bunch of. I just realized no one's going to watch this. Why am I even saying anything? Why am I even saying no one's watching this, right? You're watching this. You want to know how I know you're watching this? Because you're listening to me right now. And if you weren't listening to me right now, then you weren't watching this. Wait. That works, right? Like I can say that you're watching this right now because you would have no idea that I was saying that if you weren't watching this right now. Does that make sense? Because like if you weren't here, then you would have had no idea that I was saying that you were watching this, right? But now you are, but because you are here, you are hearing that I'm saying that you are watching this, therefore you are watching this. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm gonna say that makes sense. I don't know if that, oh wait, look. You see that? My finger on it. Got my finger on it right there. Also this thing right here, I made that. Like I want to show off or anything. I don't want to show off anything, but I made that right there. And also that. This I made like in like middle school. This I made like when I was in high school. When I was. No longer, yeah. And I have a career in professional line, you know what I'm saying? That was not a funny joke. But yeah, I did make those though. I'm not gonna talk about them. I just want to let you know that I made them. But yeah. So we're at this point where like I got nothing to say about trolley problems, but I still want to talk about like random shit. I wanted to talk about so many things. Wait. I'll probably have to wait for our next video though because it is kind of late. It's probably like 11 o'clock by now because I've been recording for 20 minutes. But like it's probably like really late right now, and I probably should go to sleep right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gotta make more videos like this because like we need to stop. We need to go away from all this like all this like shorts feed. It's crazy, bro. They be pumping stuff directly into your brainstem because it gives the views, it gives the attention, it gives the money to the company, not to you. And that's what they want, you know what I mean? They want your attention. So we gotta make more videos like this where we just do literally nothing with our lives, and we're gonna make it the best content we've ever seen in our entire lives ever. And we're gonna have to beat the companies into submission by uploading our videos onto their sites. Trust me, it's gonna work. It's not gonna work. We're all doomed to like a essence of failure or something. Because like obviously the only way to think is to think extremely negatively about everything. Okay, now I'm just yapping. This is dumb. I don't think anyone wants to hear a video about yapping, even though I was kind of doing that the whole time. But yeah, that's my trolley. That's my opinion on the trolley problem. Hope you found it enjoyable, right? Because if you didn't find it enjoyable, then that's gonna be I mean, if you didn't find it enjoyable, let me know. You know what I mean? I need like, how am I say? I need criticisms. I need to know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. You know what I'm saying? Just like, yeah, that's all I got to say. But yeah, if I think any longer, then it's gonna just be wasting time. I already wasted like 3 minutes talking about how I'm wasting time. But I hope you appreciate this video. I hope you watched this video too, because that would be a big disappointment if you didn't. Hope you liked the little microphone bit where, I said that it wasn't plugged and I pretend it was plugged the entire time. It's actually on my phone, by the way. Okay, I gotta go now. Thank you so much for watching. Like, have a good night type shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it.